Outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden has welcomed President-elect Donald Trump at the White House. The meeting marks a sharp turn of events from 4 years ago when Biden defeated Trump in the 2020 presidential election. Back then, Trump disputed the election results and refused to host a transition meeting with Biden or attend his inauguration. But those customs have made a return. Let's have a listen.
Thank you very
Donald,
much.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to having like we said, smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
Good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough. And it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today. And I appreciate it very much. And a transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get. And I very much appreciate that, Joe.
You're welcome.
Trump's visit to the White House came as he revealed more of his picks for the top jobs in his new administration. DW's chief international editor Richard Walker has more from Washington.
The meeting between Donald Trump and Joe Biden was a strange kind of moment of harmony, or at least surface harmony, seeing these two men shaking hands after everything that has happened this year. But outside the Oval Office, you've started to see a sort of more of Trump World 2 taking shape. And there are echoes of Trump's first term in that this world is a mixture kind of the establishment and very much the opposite of the establishment. So in the Senate, for example, the Republican majority has chosen John Thune as its next leader, and he's the protege of Mitch McConnell, who was a longtime leader of the Senate, the Republicans in the Senate, and somebody who knocked heads many times with Donald Trump. And John Thune also beat a challenge from a more Trump-friendly opponent. So far, so establishment. Also, if you look at the national security team, part of it looks pretty establishment. So you have Mike Waltz, the national security advisor, nominated now. He's an ex-military guy, very much on the hawkish wing of the party. Marco Rubio, nominated as Secretary of State. He's been in the Senate for a long time and one of the most prominent sort of hawkish, classically Republican hawkish voices in the Senate. Both of them very hardline on China policy, but also people who've been supportive to Ukraine. So less disruptive for the Ukrainians than many in Ukraine might have feared, potentially. But then there has come a bombshell in the name of Tulsi Gabbard. Now, she is an anti-war veteran, former Democrat who used to support Bernie Sanders on pretty much the far left of the Democratic Party. This year, she defected to the Trump campaign, and now Trump has nominated her as Director of National Intelligence, and that's a job that's meant to coordinate between America's various intelligence organizations, so a very sensitive job. An absolutely massive prize for her, and really quite extraordinary given that she is somebody who, the day after Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine in early 2022, she tweeted that the Biden administration was essentially to blame for not respecting what she called Russia's legitimate security interests. Now, for those kind of views, you might find Gabbard and some of the other people that Donald Trump has nominated facing pretty tough opposition in the Senate during the confirmation process that will be coming up. But these nominations clearly are a sign that Donald Trump is prepared to mix things up with his new administration, mixing establishment picks with downright kind of iconoclastic picks. But then, of course, with Donald Trump, maybe that shouldn't come as a surprise.
Trump says he will nominate Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Gaetz has been one of his staunchest allies and a critic of the Justice Department. He was investigated over sex trafficking allegations involving a 17-year-old girl, but no charges were brought against him. Trump said Gaetz would end weaponized government and restore Americans' faith and confidence in the Justice Department.